Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist, where we talk about what we did today on our various projects here in our little VW restoration shop. So let's start with this. What the heck's going on there? Pretty sure there used to be a door there. Anyway, it's not a big deal. I'm just kind of making fun of it because it looks kind of silly. There's a door right there. So when we did the cutting and buffing on the paint for this car, there was a small area right along the back edge of the door here where the paint, when he sanded right through the paint down to primer. So we discussed it with our painter this morning, and he decided it was easier to just remove the door and touch up that area rather than try and do it on the car. So went ahead and pulled it off. I mean, it's not that hard to pull the doors off these cars. There's about six screws and the check rod and stuff like that. So yeah, it comes off pretty easy. So he touched that up. You already can't really tell where he did it there. So then tomorrow when it's dry, he'll go and he'll buff that area out. And I think while he was at it, he also touched up a little area that was on the hood right here somewhere. Anyway, so he'll buff that out too. So yeah, anytime you finish a car, there's always going to be some little touch up here and there. So we're kind of at that phase with this car now. Literally like the last few things here before we drive this car and do any last minute adjustments and stuff, put some confidence miles on it, and then hand it over. So right at about the 1 year mark right now. So we like to try and stick to about that cadence of finishing cars up, and it looks like we're pretty on track here with this one. So that is why that door is gone. Anyway, so let's talk about what Rafa did today. So if you've got a keen eye, you can probably notice some new things on the 74 Beetle, standard Beetle, non-super Beetle. We like to call the tennis ball because it's round like a tennis ball and it's kind of the color of one. Anyway, so lots of little things today, tons of little things on this. So the deck lid seal, the deck lid stopper right there, these little deck lid plugs, the bumper bracket seals, I suppose is probably the best thing to call those. Let's see what else happened here today. Went ahead and put on the clips there, although we did get new molding for this car, but we got to take it and either powder coat it or paint it. I'm not sure which. Probably powder coated. I feel like it would be more durable. But nonetheless, clips are on, waiting for their respective strips. Likewise, the front bumper bracket seals there. Little drain tubes in the headlight buckets that allow any, well, it's going to be hard for you to see, but there's little drain tubes that come down so that if any water accumulates in the headlight bucket, it can exit out through the bottom of the bucket there. He started installing the vents in the top of the dash there. Let's see. What else? Speaking of the dash, there it is right there. So this is the original dash in this car, and it was just in amazingly good shape. So we decided to go ahead and reuse it. It had one little crack, which I believe Rafa repaired to the best of his ability. I don't think it's going to be really noticeable at all. And then he painted it. So I don't want to touch it because it's probably still wet. But yeah, you guys will see that going on pretty soon. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Rafa is really excited about this Beetle. So he is going like gangbusters here putting this thing together. But anyway, yeah, I think those are kind of the main things he did today. Just lots of little details all over this car, putting it together. Got a bunch more parts coming tomorrow. Not a whole lot for this one, but tomorrow we're getting the engine compartment sound mats and the seals. At least the back one, the front one there was out of stock. But yeah, moving right along. I don't know if I mentioned yesterday or not, but if I didn't, well, now I can't find it. Somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. There is the transmission for this car, for the 74 Beetle. So it's all rebuilt and ready to go in there. So just literally got that back yesterday. So that was Rafa's day. What about my day? Well, I continued mostly working on this beauty here, the 69 one family sunroof bus, and kind of concentrated on the lights today. So I've done a good portion of the wiring up underneath the dash, and so it's time to start putting some lights on this thing. So went ahead and installed the rear tail lights minus the lenses. I'll talk about that in a minute. Assembled and installed the backup lights, except like a dummy when I ordered all the seals and stuff, I forgot to order the lens to bezel seals, so I've got those coming tomorrow. So I'll just pop these off, put those on, and then those will be on for good. But yeah, all these lights have bulbs on them and so on, and I routed the wires which run from the passenger side to these lights and then kind of up and over and then to these. So yeah, got that wiring all routed and stuff. And then likewise on the front of the bus, got the face of this thing, as I like to think of it, the lights and stuff kind of coming together here. So the front turn indicator and run lights are on, all installed there. And likewise the headlights. At some point before the bus leaves, I'll probably pull these back off, which is literally just one screw, and polish them. They are a little bit hazy, but not to worry. This is stainless steel, so a little bit of time with a polishing wheel, and these things will look like new. But they're really in amazing condition. These are original ones, and they've got the little drain hole in the bottom down here, about right there, which you can tell original ones. I don't know that any aftermarket ones have the drain hole on them. So again, it's just so that if any water gets in there, it doesn't sit and just corrode it out. It can actually drain out of the bottom of this trim ring here. So yeah, those lights on the front went on, and I think those were the major things. I had run a bunch of errands today and that kind of boring running a shop type stuff, but let's see, we did get a pretty big load of powder coating back, a lot of which is in there. So we got backing plates, brake drums, we got the rear trailing arms or radius arms if you prefer there. Those are in. The housings that go on the end of those, that the stub axles go into. So yeah, all that stuff is back. This is a small pile I'm starting here for the next round of powder coating, primarily things off the front, suspension and steering and stuff. And yeah, and then I'll probably see if I can get my painter maybe later this week to go ahead and paint the beam. The front arms I got back from Ross Vintage today with nice new ball joints pressed into them. So I'm go ahead and have Rene paint those as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of things painted and a few more things powder coated, and at that point pretty much ready to start putting the suspension and stuff back together. I need to verify with the owner that he does want to upgrade to front brakes on the front. So if he does, I need to go ahead and get those on order. I did go ahead and powder coat his front backing plates and front drums and stuff like that. You can keep those. They're original to this bus. And, I doubt they'll ever sell this bus, but if they do, those things can kind of go with it since they're, correct, obviously for it. Whereas disc brakes, which I'm pretty sure he mentioned he wants, won't be. But yes, at that point, it's not that much more expensive to just have those things powder coated that aren't necessarily going to be used, and then they can be stored away if anybody ever gets the idea of switching it back to drum brakes. They'll have that stuff all ready to essentially go right on the car. So I think that was primarily it for this one. This guy, I did spend a little bit of time at the very end of the day. I got the glove box spring and the little glove box stoppers, and thought it was just a simple matter of putting those on, but I put them on and then the glove box door stuck closed, which is never a good feeling. Luckily, it's easy enough on these though. You just pull this long screw up in here. The strap kind of flops out of the way, and then the actual glove box here can come out. And so, yeah, it was just the latch on there was just kind of catching too much of the little catch that it goes on, and so I just spent some time filing it down, and it works pretty nice now. It closes nice and solid. But yeah, at first when I put it on and pushed the button, nothing happened. Not a good feeling, but yeah, working very good now. So yeah, just one more little thing here on this one. I should have mentioned earlier, we spent some time this morning moving cars around. If you're a regular on the channel, you know that this car has been living there, that car's been living there, that car's been living here. So yeah, we're kind of moving things around a little bit just for, you know, they're at different phases in the project. So this one is very nearly to start up and drive. So it's moved more toward, you know, toward this side of the shop. That one is also extremely close, but for today, at least it made sense to kind of stick it over there. This one I need to finish up and have the owner come get it pretty soon. And it's kind of blocking the way of these cars here, because this is the one that if you're new here, it's on a kind of defective airbag system. And so if the car sits for a while, it just like ends up pretty much on the ground within a day or two, and it's really hard to move. The airbag system won't really raise the car on its own. It's just kind of a hassle to move around. But yeah, we're getting very close. Pretty much I just need to install and wire his seats, and then maybe a few other odds and ends, but it's about ready for him to take. I think I've done most of the major stuff here. But anyway, guys, that is actually it for today. So as always, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for all your comments. I always enjoy the conversation and banter and all that good stuff back and forth. And of course, thanks for thumbs up and subscriptions and all that good stuff too. So thank you guys, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.